The Life Insurance Corporation of India's IPO, which hogged all the headlines, have brought into focus the subject of initial public offerings. Today in Mahapatran's form, we discuss necessity of being informed, necessity of understanding the difference between buying in the market in general and buying from the IPO offerings. Initial public offering, it is initial and it is initial public. That means earlier to that, it was held privately or held by a few people who are not akin to general public. A company which is trying either to raise fresh money for funding some of the projects or paying old debts or paying off some of the existing investors, like in the case of LIC of India, it was Government of India which was trying to sell a small portion of its holding in Life Insurance Corporation of India for various purposes, for bringing better corporate governance, for monetizing the investments and the support that has been given in various formats to Life Insurance Corporation of India. In some other cases, for bringing out the corporate governance standards to a higher level, finding a public perception about the value of the company, so that in the future offerings, which are called follow-on offerings, it becomes easier. In case of a initial public offering, one has to gather together the offer document. It is called draft red herring prospectus, and when it is finalized, it's called red herring prospectus. Herring is a small fish. There is nothing like red herring. It takes into account all known and unknown risk factors. It analyzes the management. It analyzes the industry. It analyzes the position of this particular company in that whole industrial segment, and an offer is made to the general public to accept the offer and bid for it. If the offer is oversubscribed, then proportionately reduced amount is given. What is the flip side in a new public offering? New public offering is essentially based on the estimates, projections, and what we call forward-looking statements of the management. The larger wisdom of a greater public scrutiny, which is available to the companies which are already listed and which are in the public domain, are not available to an initial public offering. So one has to go either by the name or one's perception. You will have to look thoroughly into the fundamentals. When Life Insurance Corporation of India got listed at discount to the offer price, 10% less, so on listing itself, there is a notional loss that the investors booked. In such cases, there is always a criticism that whoever is making the offer always give a rosy picture how the present offer to the retail investors is much lower as compared to whatever is the inherent worth of the company. You should look at what are the comparables that are already listed and how they are behaving in the common market. Because reading into various aspects of management, finance, governance, industry positioning is so difficult for common investors like you and me, we should find out what is the interest of the qualified institutional buyers, QIBs. Generally, QIBs have greater capacity to research, to choose between good issues and bad issues, but for any large issues, even the QIB judgments are often not in sync. Sum and substance is that unless you are absolutely sure about the company, its pedigree, the way it is positioned to take advantage, its digital capability, its marketing capability, it is better that you purchase it in the secondary market. Like in case of a Life Insurance Corporation of India, if someone would have purchased it in the market after it was listed, one would have got a cost advantage of 10%. When large number of institutional investors and large number of medium range investors also come into play, the real price is discovered. New public offerings could be a good value if you know to analyze the fundamentals, but most of the cases it is better to wait and buy it in the secondary market, even at the cost of paying a few rupees more and foregoing the listing gains. Thank you very much.